What's up, guys? Hellclash back here in Lineage 2. The video today is going to be all about codex and what cores are and codex farming, and basically explaining you why you should be doing it, why it's important, how to do it, and 4 tips so you can codex pro or codex farm like a pro. So let's jump right into this. And at the end of the video, I'm going to open a special, is that S box or rare box? I got one of those cool free boxes to open. Hopefully get some good equipment. I think it's an accessory box. So stick around for that. So what is codex? If you go into your challenges, your monster codex, you have all these monster codexes from different places. You can see I'm like 82% done with the East Talking Island monsters. These are the different field bosses and world bosses and dungeon bosses. They randomly drop cores. Cores you register and level up, and it gives you permanent stats to your character. It's a great way to give your get your CP, your combat power way up on your character, and it's really important. So don't skip out on this. This is an important part of the game. If you haven't been doing it, now is the time to focus on it. So the first tip I have for you is to take advantage of your downtime, whether you're commuting, you're working, you're sleeping, you're out and about, you got another device you can leave on the counter at home plugged in. AFK farm some field bosses. So field bosses are these guys here. When you click on the map, the monsters, not the ones with the timer on them, but all these other ones that are in kind of the blue. These guys are the ones that are all registered in that codex guide there. So pick one in an area that you think you can take, that your character can beat without being there. You playing the game. So let's go check out Bulk. He's close here. So this is what I would do, like if I'm going to be off or before I go tonight on a night that I want to do codex, or sometimes I focus on other stuff. Here he is right now. So we'll actually fight him right now. And he's probably a little bit higher than I want to target when I'm not watching, but I typically will do this on a lower range, like in Gudio Plains or one of the Talking Islands, and work on some of those lower cores is when I'll tend to do this overnight stuff. But so we'll quick knock this guy out. And the thing is, they don't always drop cores, so you're gonna have to battle these guys several times. I don't know, maybe like 20%, 25% they're gonna drop cores. So it's best to let your guy do this overnight. So to set your character up for this, you have 2 choices. You can either put him on auto and go into your settings here in battle. If you really, really want cores, set him right there, put him on melee. He's only going to stand right in that spot. When the monster appears, summons, it's going to battle him and take him down. He's not going to wander off. If you want to get some other things, maybe some equipment drops, some Adina, other scrolls and things that the mobs in that area drop, then set it to close or distance, and then hit the auto. And then he's just gonna your character, he or she's gonna wander around this area, and fight the other lower monsters, and hopefully come in contact with those bosses when they spawn. But there is a chance that they will wander off. So kind of what you're focused on. These mobs sometimes also drop the cores. So either way, you should get a few cores, and it kind of depends on if you really, really want the cores or you just want the cores and get some other stuff. So that's your tip number 1. Now, so last night, does it work? Here's what I did last night. I set mine up on the Sandai last night. So last night, I got 5 Sandai cores. So we're going to register those before we run on to tip number 2 here. So you can look for the red dot. That'll tell you when you've got cores to register. And so we got 5 to register here. That'll bring us up to 10 out of 12. As you go up in levels, they take more and more cores. So just to show you how am I doing in the cores, focusing on this is to show you that these tactics work. And you can go down to rankings, you go down to monster codex, and I'm actually 30th in the server on monster codex. So I've completed 200, which puts me pretty high up there. If you look at like where my character is and a lot of other things, I'm in like the hundreds and thousands. So these tips really do work. So follow these steps, and we're going to cover the next 3 tips right now. All right, the next great tip for farming codex like a pro would be to try to get multiple codexes every time the world boss spawns. So kind of call this boss hopping. So the one thing you want to do is you want to make sure you get to your boss spot at least 5 minutes. We're getting down to the last few seconds here. So you can set your channel to 1, which is usually the most crowded channel. And then as that boss dies, you are going to quickly want to jump over to channel 2 or 3. I usually jump to channel 3 and try to get a second codex on the same boss. Usually there's less people on lower channels, and usually those bosses don't die quickly. So if you get up, get your few hits on the first boss, and then you quickly jump to the second or third or fourth channel as quick as you can. This typically only works on the kind of medium-ish bosses, like Silverbeard and Spirit Shepherd. Typically they only have one channel, or they both die so quickly that it really doesn't work. So, you know, Vapor, this guy, which is Khazir. So there we go. We're going to throw down on Khazir here, watch him melt down, and then try to get out of the battle as quickly as possible and get over that other channel. So as long as you can get one hit in, you should be good. We got our core. It says battle in progress. Getting over to the battle channel 3. A little bit of lag here. I think we got a hit in. Yes. So there we go. Now, so hit the map up. And the next thing you can do is you can go to the next world and go up to the next boss typically, and start making your way to Flagon. So Flagon is a much beefier boss with a lot more hit points, and you can start either walking or teleporting towards him. But let's check our codex as we start walking here. So we hopefully should got 2 on Khazir here. Yep, we did. We got, no, let's see here, register. 2 cores, so there you go. We jumped from one channel to the next and got the second core on Khazir. So that's going to make it a lot more efficient if you can do that. The other thing that is part of this boss hopping process is to jump to later bosses. And if you got a bunch of teleports, you can also teleport there. But typically there's enough time to run, especially if you've got your bear. So you can see my clanmates are saying they're running to Flagon as well. And that, you know, typically you can be on Discord or using your clan chat to kind of update people if there's not time. They could say, hey, he's almost down, or, you know, channel 1's up, channel 2's got this many hit points left. There's a lot of options to do that, to communicate during the game. So we're going to try to run there. Looks like he's still up on channel 2, flying around like a beast. So the trick is here is to get a hit in on him, and not die, and then just kind of buy your time. Watch out for his blue orbs, because they will completely melt you. Alright, so I'm sure we got a hit in there. Now we got to run around to not get hit. We can say, we'll let our clans know. He's still up. We got our hits in, so now it's just a matter of running around, not going too far. So that's the thing. Sometimes the lower channels go faster. Sometimes people, you know, there's a lot of people jumping from one to the next. So you kind of got to play it by ear. So I don't know how much health. I don't want to get too close to see how much health he's got left, because I don't want to get hit by one of those giant purple balls and die. Because if you die after you get your hit in, it doesn't count. If you're a tanky character, you can probably go in there. There we go. Flagon was defeated. We can start our way to now Cena. And basically you keep doing this all the way up to Amadeus as well. Let's as we're running here, we'll check our codex to make sure that looks like we did get the Flagon codex. And there it is. So all depending on what you want to do, where you want to start, which codexes you got to do, you can do this and run from boss to boss. You know, you can start on Vapor, Khazir, move to Flagon, go to Cena, go to Amadeus. As the game matures, there's a little bit less time and to get them, because as more characters level up, these bosses melt faster. But so depending on when you watch this video, will determine how much time you have to get from boss to boss and where you need to start. But this shows you the technique. You start on a boss on channel 1, you hop to a secondary channel, try to get the second core on that boss, and then you start moving up the ladder, the heavier and heavier bosses, to get multiple cores in the same world boss. So if you're really good, you can get 3, 4, sometimes 5 cores in a single world boss summoning by doing this trick, which will really speed things up for you in your codex farming. On to the next tip. So guys, the third tip here for getting cores is to watch your local and world global chats for people that are posting these summons. A lot of people aren't in good clans, they don't have parties, they don't have groups that they can do these by themselves, so they post them to the world chat for people to help them. So you just got to be quick to hit those join buttons for the summons, and then when you can, actually try to join the person's party or a party in there, because when you're in these summons for cores, you guys actually share the core drops within a party. So you can literally stand off to the side or by the summon, as long as you're alive and somebody in your party is killing them and getting them, you will get the core drop as well. See, I just got a core drop there and I didn't hit anybody. So that's a really good tip. If you can go in there and there's no parties, you can just try to whack away at some monsters and get the drops you can get. That's great. But if you can get in a party and have a bunch of blue names, you're going to get so many more cores here. We'll check how many cores we get at the end of this. This one should clear pretty quick here. These ones are pretty easy to take down. You can one-shot most of these. We're at 6 to 15. I'll probably edit this middle section out here in a bit and kind of jump to the end of this summon. Here we are. We're in the last wave or two here of this summon. Still getting cores. I probably got, I don't know, close to 10 cores if I've just been kind of estimating as we go through here. So we'll be finishing this one up pretty quick. Just have to take out these next few monsters. You can see there's a Nacross summon right there down there. So we will try to quickly get out of this one and see if we can get in that Nacross summon. So the public chat is where you want to watch for these summons coming up. So let's see how we did in that one. We'll look at our gear here. We'll see how many cores we got from that one, the Mana Skull. We got 25 Mana Skulls from that summon. And I jumped in late on a Spawning Keeper one at the tail end. I got 5 of those. So 30 quick cores in the last couple of public summons I did. Shows you how quickly you can gather them from the public summons. So in Brace Yourselves 2 clan, we're sharing our summon stones here, piling up the codex cores here. The great thing about being in the party is that everybody gets a stone, no matter if you kill the right monster in here for the horde drop. You can literally stand off to the side. You can auto if the bosses or the monsters aren't too tough, and you're going to get a ton of cores. We've probably already got 5 or 6 plus maybe 8 cores in this particular siege here. We're just taking turns dropping them in the chats in our party, and choosing which ones we want to use and who needs what. And the great thing is, instead of you just doing your own stones and you getting 5 or 10 cores, you all take turns and you're all getting those 10, 15 cores from every single mob and every single summon stone. And instead of you doing it yourself, the whole clan's benefiting, and you're all bumping your CP up and you're all getting stronger, which is going to make you stronger for all these events and dungeons and wars and all these sieges that are coming up. So it's really key, and this is the best power tip for how to codex farm like a boss, like a pro, and maximize your cores. We'll just take a look here. I haven't been codexing them just so I could let them pile up so you guys can see. We've only been doing this for 5 or 10 minutes. And let's see here. We got I got Silverbeard from the last one. I got 9 ant ones. We got 10 from this pointer one, and we're not even done yet. So haven't been doing that long, and I've already got 20 plus cores. And we're going to do this and probably knock these out for the next half an hour, and I'm probably going to end up registering 100 cores tonight towards my codex. So this is the #1 power tip. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you've got other tips to share in the comments for codex farming for other people. If you like this content, like, subscribe, comment, let me know. All right, we're going to wrap up this video with that cool box opening that I promised you here. Check it out here. We got an S accessory box. Be really nice to pull something that'll match our set here. So let's go. Let's see what we get. Elven earrings. Interesting. So S accessory. We'll have to see. Look at our accessories here. It's kind of a mismatch of everything I got. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how we're gonna do with that. But hey, we're never gonna complain about S equipment. It's too bad it didn't match something else I had. Well, that's gonna be it for today's video. Make sure you check out my other Lineage videos. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram at Halaclash. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what else you'd like to see in Lineage for tips and tricks or questions you have, or any other mobile games that I've shown on the channel. Thank you.